You have only 10 minutes. Wine yelled while trying to suppress her laughs. She sometimes found her husband really cute. She wondered, was it even sane to find him cute when the world dreaded him? He looked good, getting spoiled by her hands. Yeah, Jungkook said while leaving the room with heavy steps. He couldn't believe she woke him up only to make her coffee because she wanted to finish her Netflix series before sleeping. Who was he complaining to? He spoiled her with his own hands. Her smile dropped when her phone started ringing, and it was a call from Jungkook's mother. It has been 6 months since they married. Jungkook's parents have tried to convince him to come back, but he never once wanted to even look at them. Junghyun never picked up their call. It's as if he almost disappeared, if not the occasional calls he made with Jungkook and Ryan. No one would know where he went to. She pressed the volume button to mute the ringing. His parents might have tried to reach out to him, but they never called Ryan before. They were nice towards her always. She had no idea how she was supposed to respond to them. It was the third time she was ignoring their call. Ryan, shall I tell Jungkook? It will only ruin his mood. She sighed, and once Jungkook returned, she put her phone on silent and directed all of her attention towards him. Jungkook, don't complain if it is not good. Ryan, it's only 6 months. Look at you acting like we're married for 60 years. Jungkook, I've no plans staying alive for next 60 years. That's boring. He yawned, getting back in bed. Ryan, did you say staying alive with me for 60 years is boring? She glared at him, ready to burst. Jungkook, you literally woke me up to make you coffee. Ryan, you're so unromantic. Jungkook, such a wife material you are, he said as he pulled her close to him, her back against his chest, and he secured his arms around her. Jungkook, I love you. He kissed her neck, then her cheek and temple. Ryan, won't work. Jungkook, but I still love you. She sighed and took the coffee cup he placed on the bedside table. Ryan, good thing. I almost spilled this hot coffee on you. Jungkook, now you can burn your husband. That's rude. She giggled and turned towards him, going back to her normal mood. Fine, I won't. Otherwise, how will I flex about my husband's good looks? He scoffed and she laughed. He knew she was joking. Seeing her laugh only brought him to some relief. Jungkook, you seem stressed. What happened? Her laugh slowly dimmed down. Did he pick up a fight only to distract her? He was always quick to read her expressions, even if she tried her best to act normal. Van, your mother called. She called before too. I didn't know how to act, so I never picked it up. Jungkook, give me a phone. She did, and he took it. He simply blocked his parents' number all the while holding the phone in front of Wyatt to let her know he was not going to open anything else. That's what the foundation of trust was. Jungkook, they were always nice towards you. You don't have to choose between me and them. It's my fight. I will take care of it. Fine. I support you, Jungkook. Jungkook, I know, sunshine. I knew you supported me the moment you didn't pick up the call. Finish your coffee. My hard work is getting cold. She smiled and relaxed in his arms as he brushed his fingers through her hair. Jungkook picked up his own cell phone and texted his mother. I didn't know you could be this selfish, but don't ever try to reach my wife again. Putting his cell away, he held Weinstein, turning her face towards him. His fingers grazing against her skin, providing such soothing effect. He couldn't be more lucky having her in his arms as his wife. Wyan, I love you too. It was his eyes, and the only emotion they reflected every time they looked at her was of love and gratefulness. Hana, Jungkook's mother, sat on the dining table holding the cell in her hands, staring at the last message sent by Jungkook. She lost both of her sons in the face of money and business. Her hair were a mess, dark circles so visible, and overall she looked so weak. Jihan was feeling all of this too, but he maintained himself. He was done trying to distract his wife and let her be at this point. She remembered every insult she threw Jungkook's way. But Junghyun, why did he leave her? She raised him with such love and affection. Was it that much of a big mistake to leave his mother behind like this? Hana. She heard, eyes widening as she turned towards to look at her son standing there right in front of her. Jungkook, you're back. She stood up, eyes sparkling with hope as she advanced towards him. Jungkook, looks like, came to take something I left here. He slipped his hands in his pockets. Hana was a beautiful lady. She took care of herself like a goddess, but it was his first time seeing her in such a vulnerable state. Hana, you're going back? He sighed, came in, and put some papers on the table in front of both of them. Jungkook, I want you to sign them, or I will be forced. Hana, Jungkook, look at me. Please let me hold you. He stood there as Hana held his cheeks and ran her fingers through her hair, admiring her son. He didn't move, his eyes blank. He was done. Nothing could affect his hurt anymore. Jehan, you want me to sign this? Willingly give you my whole empire? Jungkook, it's going to be mine anyways. The sooner I get the control, the better. Seems like you're not in the age to handle it anymore. The results are showing. Jehan took the papers and threw them away. His ego was still bigger than the pain of losing his children. Jungkook sighed as he pulled away from Hannah. I told you. Don't force me. Jehan, what will you do? What can you actually do? Jungkook, exactly what I should have done years ago. He pulled out his gun and pointed it towards Jihan. Hana screamed and stepped back. It came to a shock to both of them. Jungkook wasn't like this. Or did they even know him one bit? Jihan, guards! Jungkook, don't try. They're under my control anyways. Now you sign the papers or I'm still angry about how you tried to give my wife to someone else. Hana, Jungkook, please calm down. Look at me. We will do it, okay? Jihan only stared at him as his mother tried to calm him down. He could reject, but the fire in Jungkook's eyes said something else. Grabbing the papers, he signed them. There was no turning back. He raised the monster with his own hands. Good thing, I was kind of hoping for you to throw a fight. He casually picked up the papers, putting his gun away. Jungkook, you have done enough. It's time for you two to have some rest. And like that, he left, ignoring the desperate calls of his mother. Ryan sat in front of the laptop on a video call with Junghyun. She was in a gym they had in their home as her husband was working out quietly listening to their conversation, adding his part too. When you should have seen that. He looked like he was going to burst. She told him about the one time she made a cartoon on her husband's sleeping face, and he woke up looking like he was going to throw out. Junghyun, excuse me? It was a once in a lifetime chance. You should have taken a picture. When? I did. Let me show you. Jungkook, geez, Wine, enough. He put the dumbbell down and ran towards Wine, who already had her gallery open. She screamed and tried to escape. Junghyun laughed, watching them bickering like kids over a cell phone. He had never seen his brother this happy and lively before. After 20 minutes of intense bickering and a fight that almost broke out between the couple, Junghyun managed to calm them too. Wine. Anyways, we have a news to give you. Jungkook, you're becoming an uncle. She grinned the way Junghyun's eyes grew big and the excitement took over him. He almost jumped. Junghyun, really? Holy freak, congratulations. Wine, thank you. Now you see, you should really pay a visit. She laughed and Jungkook wrapped his arm around her. The couple talked to his brother for a little more till he left. He was almost excited like a child. Jungkook put his hand over her belly and kissed her cheeks, holding her close to him. Wine, you're filled in sweat. Jungkook, how about you pull away? He smiled, knowing the answer. She didn't move away, in fact, only slung a little more. He wondered if he made a mistake. She was not going to let him finish his workout now. Jungkook, such a baby you are. Now I have to handle two of your kind. He laughed, receiving a slap on his chest. On one hand, he took his business to more heights. Now that nothing stopped him anymore, the world knew him as the merciless mafia. He never once hesitated before pulling the trigger or bringing someone to its ruins. Dealing with him was like a lifetime opportunity. Either you benefit or lose everything you had. On the other hand, he loved and cherished his family like the sweetest human to ever exist, a side which he only kept for his family and no one else.